All right, on Sundays, hi, welcome to The Pulse, our show about the legislative session in North Dakota. One of the most popular shows on YouTube, I think. Don't look at view count. Um, I'm talking to you today about the bad bills that I have. I track bills according to suicidality in terms of risk and protective factors. I don't have much to say about property taxes. I'm sure that giving more people more money on the lower spectrum of income would be better, but I can't really say. There's also a lot of charitable gambling ones that I don't really know what they do. Other people I'm hoping will let me know. There's also some like AI ones. There's some cryptocurrency ones. There's some random ones that I don't know. They seem kind of silly or good or bad, but not in the ways that I'm trying to track them. So I'm just going to let you know the bills that I'm tracking. You can find those on my website for the spreadsheet that I have of risk and protective factor bills, but I'm just going to let you know what they are here because you can see me say things, and that's good for people, I think. So starting out, I have all the bills that are kind of, risk protective factors. I have a spreadsheet of this here. You can access this on my website pretty easily. It has about 12 bad bills on there from my perspective as a individual who wants to increase protective factors, and those are the bills I identified as increasing harm or reducing support. That's a general overview of all the bills. It doesn't talk about when actions are going to happen on them. But for the action pieces, I try to make that a part of my actual newsletter that goes out because it's much more likely that you'll hear about it. You can find my latest newsletter on my website or sign up to it on my website under the Pulse so you can see what the latest one was or if you missed it, just in case. And I have what's going to be happening next week, just kind of summarize the important bits. I actually have like 21 bills that are going to be heard next week in a whole giant spreadsheet of that, but a lot of them are like very strongly professional related. Like one of them is about coroners and counties without them. I think maybe most people don't have an opinion about that except for people who work really closely in healthcare or suicidality and stuff like that. The two big bad bills that are going to be being heard from my perspective here that people could participate in are on Tuesday. It'll be 1181 and 1430. These are both anti-trans bills effectively. The first one, House Bill 1181, is the one that will erase trans individuals from the Century Code and compel people to misgender them, so it compels speech. This failed in 2023 and it will likely fail this session, but just a heads up, they're trying to instill it again. We also have House Bill 1430. This is a bill looking at social work and allowing conversion therapy to be considered ethical. That goes against every bit of social work ethic practice, and the fact that they're trying to regulate a professional body is again that extreme overreach of government. These aren't social workers, most of them. They are farmers and lawyers and businessmen. They're not social workers. And it is ludicrous to think that they can decide what's ethical for a social worker. So I'd expect that bill to also be defeated, but I'll be tracking that. There's a ton of bills that I think might not be good that I'm not necessarily tracking, but like I encourage, if you care about a special issue that, if you care about a specific issue, there's probably an organization that's doing a better job. I'm your homegirl for like the whole field, but you should pick a player that you like and follow them, I think is a good analogy for me and who I am. A person who knows sports metaphors. That's what you look at me and think because of the flannel, I think. Yeah. Sporty. Moving on, I'm still waiting to hear back from different kind of stakeholders too to see what bills I've missed or what bills are bad. That's just what the nature of the first week of session or first 2-3 weeks of session looks like because it's so much intense work starting out. Every bill that gets heard has to pass both chambers, so no matter what happens, we have a chance to catch some of these things once they move over to the next chamber and there's more information available. It's kind of sad all the bills are going through, but we have the Hopeful Fridays, so make sure that you check out that episode if you want to have some more hope. I also have good news, Oops Only Good News, that comes out on Monday morning. That is a newsletter that is basically all the good stuff I found, and only the good stuff I found across North Dakota to make people feel good. I've talked about this, but it's okay to just, take care of yourself during this time as much as you can. This is an 80-day business day session, so don't burn yourself out in the first month. This is something where you have to, small, easy steps across a couple months is the best way to conduct yourself during session. But that's just what I have for you tonight. I'm honestly pretty tired from doing all this work and need some rest myself, but I want to make sure I inform people and do my best to make sure we have good governance this session. So yay democracy! Good night!